It's not hard to say, but Steven Ruiz at the Ringer, apparently he watched the film and he didn't come away impressed.
I'm sorry. I watched the film and he's not doing anything. He's running the offense well. And I get the argument that he's a good quarterback for this system and he's the right quarterback for this system. And then I get yelled at when I rank him 25th. Here's my thing. I'm ranking these quarterbacks not based on their suitability for the Kyle Shanahan system. I'm ranking them based on what they would do in a normal offense, like a league average offense. And if we put Brock Purdy in the league average offense, this game isn't going to lead to top of the league results. The play that made me lose my mind this week was he threw a pass downfield to Brandon Ayuk over the middle of the field. It's probably 30 yards downfield. It was into double coverage. He underthrew the ball by about 10 yards. The Cardinals safety, number 34, overran the ball. He couldn't find it in the air. And then Ayuk tracked it down and caught it. And 49ers Twitter is celebrating this throw. Like when he went to throw the pass, he knew the Cardinals safety was going to overrun it. He knew it. And he knew Brandon Ayuk was going to realize and track the ball and cut off his route short and get it. And that's why he threw it short. He did it on purpose, which is ridiculous.
All right. So then he also added this.
The game is, can the 49ers win the Super Bowl like this?
They
and
can't.
You think they can't?
No.
I think
just
they can.
goes against. If they do, I'm done. I'm not covering the sport again. If they win it with Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, sure, I can get on board with Sam Darnold. Not Brock Purdy.
A guy named Steven Ruiz, who watches a lot of film, according to himself, writes a lot of articles for The Ringer, has his own quarterback tiers, which had Mac Jones at 20 and Brock Purdy at 25. And we've seen how Mac Jones has played this season.
I mean, they might bench him for Bailey Zappi this week.
Yeah, I mean, he's been awful.
He's going to get Belichick laid off.
He has more belief in Sam Darnold, who once saw ghosts on the football field, than Brock Purdy, who hasn't lost a regular season game yet. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But then I want to listen to the Baldies of the world. I want to actually listen to the guys who played the game, like Jesse Sapolo. He won a few Super Bowls with the 49ers, right?
Yeah, center and guard, all pro.
So, this is what Jesse Sapolo yesterday said on Willard the Dibs about Brock Purdy.
Well, I think he has a gift, the gift of ability to process things in a short period of time. I think that's where his success comes from. And I know the media is talking about, Brock is a product of the of the Kyle Shanahan, offense and system. And to a certain extent, but they're overplaying that. The kid is a great player. I saw that early. If you remember correctly, when Jimmy went down against Miami, it's almost like the air was let out of the balloon at Levi Stadium. But Brock came in, Miami threw the house at him, and started, playing with flying colors. And he hasn't lost since. Keep our fingers crossed that he stays healthy. But that's what's making this matchup exciting, and that's what excites me about this particular team is we found a quarterback.
I feel like outside of the Niner believers, no one is ever going to give this quarterback credit. No matter what he does. What you said earlier today rings true, and the more and more I've been thinking about it, marinating on that comment you posed to me, I think you're right. And so you should probably reiterate it right now for people that are just joining us.
What did I say? Oh, that any quarterback that plays for Kyle Shanahan may not get their proper respect or their due due to who Kyle Shanahan is as one of the top play callers in football.
Which we all agree he's great.
Right.
But, why didn't C.J. Beathard have a winning record? Why didn't Brian Hoyer have a winning record? Nick Mullins have a winning record? What, Trey Lance?
Why did he not have trust in Jimmy Garoppolo?
Why is it that it clearly looks infinitely better with Brock Purdy, and it didn't look good with all of those? Am I supposed to, not acknowledge the 6-7 years prior? I don't get it.
What did they average? Jimmy Garoppolo with Chris McCaffrey. I had it written down somewhere.
24 points.
26 points, I want to say, with CMC or whatnot. They averaged nearly 34 points a game when Brock Purdy and CMC got together. All right? They've scored 30-plus 7 straight regular season games.
It's pretty incredible. I want to dive into something we haven't talked about. We always talk about the big one. Win the big one. Kyle Shanahan cannot win the big one. Mike McCarthy's won the big one. Does anyone out there in any walk of life, media, civilian, fan, of either team or of no team at all that's involved in this game Sunday night, does anyone think Mike McCarthy is better than Kyle Shanahan?
No.
Nobody? We can't find one person?
No. But the whole, I'm going to go back to something John Madden said. Rest in peace, John Madden. John Madden said, they asked him, boy, John, you can't win a big one with the Oakland Raiders. You can't win a big one. He goes, I can't? Sure, I haven't won the AFC Championship. Sure, I haven't won the Super Bowl. But we have some pretty damn big games to get to this point.
Yeah, the journey.
Shanahan has won some pretty damn good games.
Yep.
Big games. You want to say Cleveland Monday Night Football 2019. You want to say Seattle Week 17 to win the division. You want to say in the Superdome against New Orleans.
To win against the Rams and knock them out of the playoffs.
Halloween or against the Arizona Cardinals, or coming back from 16-0
yes,
against the Arizona Cardinals. Beating the Vikings, beating the Packers on the way to a Super Bowl. Week 17, the Rams, as you mentioned, 2021. Last year. Won some pretty damn big games against Dallas and Seattle. Hell, you won 3 big games against Seattle. So this thing that Shanahan hasn't won a big game before, he hasn't won the one, which is the biggest game, but along the way, they've won a lot of big games.
Currently, there are how many coaches in the NFL that have won a Super Bowl? Sean Payton, Mike McCarthy,
Mike Tomlin,
Belichick,
Andy Reid,
McVay. 6 guys.
Is that it? Peterson, Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson, 7. All right, we're doing this off the top of our head.
Right.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's, that's 8.
That's 8.
That's it.
And I would say 3 of those guys are in their 70s. Andy Reid, Belichick, and Pete Carroll. So, I mean, can't win the big one. I ask you, Pete has the one Super Bowl. When was the last time he won the big one?
Yes, and look, I get
the last time Sean Payton won a big one.
John Madden won the Super Bowl in 1977. When he said that quote, it was before he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, because they had lost.
He was sitting in the stall in the locker room saying, you guys say I can't win a big one. We won a lot of big games. All these games are big games. 4-5. Mike McCarthy is better than Kyle Shanahan, you idiots. Okay.
At what?
Why the hatred for the Cowboys before we get back to the Lions? Because it is Cowboys.
Well, I want to explore that. What is Mike McCarthy better than Kyle Shanahan? Building a staff?
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's not better at building a staff.
Okay. Is he
not better at anything?
Is he better at play calling?
Right now, he's not better at anything.
Okay. Is he better at elevating his quarterback?
He doesn't even have control of his own organization. Jerry Jones went out to make the Trey Lance deal without conferring with the head coach.
He's never had a run game.
Confiding with the head coach. He said, I'm getting Trey Lance, and it's my deal.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy don't know.
Devontae took heights to higher heights when he got with another coach. Last I checked, Aaron Rodgers won multiple MVPs with another coach.
He's not better.
He's not better.
He's not better.
He doesn't do anything in the run game. I don't see that. In fact, he had to get rid of his offensive coordinator, and that's his side of the football.
No doubt.
The guy who's running the offense for Dallas now is new. The guy that is down in San Diego or L.A. running their offense.
So McCarthy isn't better. But the hatred for the Cowboys. Here's Jesse Sapolo with Willard and Dibbs.
It is what it is. It was 2 organizations that were racing to see who was going to win 5 first. Till this day, I have Cowboy fans that are friends that I trained their sons. And believe me, they are as delusional as they've ever been, They still talk about, well, we were the last ones, you guys won your Super Bowl and then we won it the next year. And I'm like, but the most important thing is who got to 5 first. That's what's going to be in history, and I said the Cowboys were never first to anything, So those are the kind of talk that goes on. I'm sure it's just not with me and the people that I know, but with all the Cowboys fans and 49er fans that are friends doing business and everyday life. That's what's exciting about this matchup.
I f***ing hate when they say, "How about them Cowboys?" It's like, shut the f*** up with that stupid.
Now,
I love Jesse Sapolo so much. I can hear his voice forever.
So smooth.
He's just the best.
Soothing. Very soothing.
Yeah, he represents that Polynesian community so well, and there's so many great Polynesian 49er fans. I love Jesse.
And then you got Big Pun in South City who represents Niner fans in this way.
Cowboys, though, I never seen a more arrogant organization that's been mediocre at best subpar football product out there, and they're so fucking arrogant. Like, you'd think they won the Super Bowl the last 3 fucking years. They haven't won shit. That's what bothers me about the Cowboys. Their fucking arrogance and their fucking mediocre at best. Yeah, they're pretty good right now. I'm not sold on them right now either. In my opinion, they're fucking Charmin boys. They're soft as hell, dude. Niners are going to run that ball right down their fucking throat. I guarantee it, dude. We're going to fucking hammer the damn Cowboys this weekend.
What position group would the Dallas Cowboys have the edge in the 49ers?
Secondary. Even without Trayvon Diggs. I really like their secondary.
Okay.
Offensive line, if they're healthy.
I think so, too.
But outside of that,
I think linebackers, I give the edge to the Niners because I don't classify Micah as a linebacker, though he can do linebacker things. And then D-line, is it a wash?
Niners.
I think it's closer than that, but okay.
It's Niners.
Okay.
Advantage Niners. Offensive line, advantage Dallas.
Yes.
Quarterback?
I think advantage Niners.
Running
I really
back.
do believe that.
Running back.
I trust Brock more in this game on Sunday night than I do Dak Prescott.
What about running back?
Well, I mean, come on, it's Christian McCaffrey, bro. I mean, Pollard's really nice. Who's taking Pollard over McCaffrey?
Wide receivers. We're taking the Niners wide receivers.
Niners.
Tight end.
I'm taking George Kittle.
Kicker.
Now, there's where...
Do you even know who the Dallas kicker is?
No. Nick Folk still kicking for the Cowboys?
Nick Folk. Who is kicking for the Cowboys?
I have no
don't even
idea.
know that one either. Is it Greg Zuerlein? I think it's Greg Zuerlein.
The leg?
I think it's Legatron. I think it is Legatron.
No, they got the MLS guy thing, Brandon Aubrey.
No, Brandon Aubrey.
I think he's a rookie.
Right. 13 to 13, 55 yards is his longest of the season. 4-4, 30 to 39. 1 of 1, 40 to 49. 1 and 1. 1 for 1, 50-plus field goals. He has missed one extra point, but Brandon Aubrey having a nice start to the season.
This actually brings up a great point for me to get to that. Something I did want to get to weeks ago. If you're in a fantasy league, kicker is the dumbest position. I'm so over the kicker thing. People that prioritize kicker and get, I don't know. I think kickers should not be in fantasy. That's just me.
Let's get your points. Who wins your weeks? People are complaining about defenses and kickers.
No. Defense is different. Like, kicking is so dumb. It's
Myers won me 2 weeks ago. He had 20 points.
Let me
That's
tell you,
Seahawks.
a kick cost me a parlay yesterday.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Sly missed a field goal. I had a prop.
Kicker.
Sly to score over 6.5, and I had Liberty first half. Liberty did their part. Sly didn't do his. That's why I hate kickers.
I drop and pick up kickers on a weekly basis.
No, you got to get the kickers on good teams. Steven Vac.